Moonlight Village was the kind of place where even the night seemed to listen. When the moon came out, it shone so brightly that children could read their books without lamps. That was why people believed the village was blessed with wisdom. Children there were sharp, curious, and full of questions until a new teacher arrived. His name was Master Kolo. At first, everyone loved him. He wore long coats even under the hot sun, spoke big grammar that twisted like rope, and always smiled with too many teeth. Parents praised him. "Our children will become doctors and lawyers," they said. Master Kolo only nodded and tapped his blackboard with his special white chalk. What nobody knew was that the chalk was not ordinary. Each time Master Kolo wrote a lesson, the chalk whispered softly. As the children repeated after him, their eyes slowly went dull. By the end of the week, the smartest pupils could not spell their own names. One boy tried to count 5 stones and stopped at 3. Another stared at a goat for 10 minutes, wondering if it was a chair. Parents were confused. Children who once argued with elders now struggled to greet properly. Some forgot the way home from school. Yet, every afternoon, Master Kolo walked out smiling, his bag heavy, his steps light. Only one boy did not lose his brightness. His name was Sola. Sola noticed that every time the teacher wrote with the chalk, his head felt tight, like something was pulling at his thoughts. So he stopped repeating aloud. He pretended to cough, pretended to sneeze, pretended to tie his shoe, anything to avoid speaking when the chalk touched the board. At home, his grandmother noticed. This was not an ordinary grandmother. Her eyes were old but sharp, and her ears heard things even silence tried to hide. When Sola greeted her, she frowned. "Her voice is still full," she said, "but your classmates sound empty." Sola told her everything about the chalk, about the whispers about the way the teacher smiled when children forgot. That night, the grandmother cooked no food. Instead, she burned herbs and spoke softly to the fire. The flames bent forward as if listening. When she finished, she smiled. "The chalk is alive," she said, "and it is tired of evil hands." The next morning, she followed Sola to school, pretending to be a woman selling groundnuts nearby. When Master Kolo began teaching, she watched carefully. The chalk glowed faintly, like moonlight trapped in bone. Suddenly, she clapped her hands once. The sound was sharp. The chalk slipped from Master Kolo's fingers and dropped to the floor. Before anyone could breathe, the chalk jumped. It rolled, it hopped. Then it stood upright. The children screamed, Master Kolo froze. The chalk began to chase him. Master Kolo ran out of the classroom shouting, "Stop, stop!" But the chalk followed, drawing strange symbols on the ground as it moved. Wherever the symbols appeared, villagers remembered things they had forgotten. A woman remembered where she kept her money. A man remembered his own age. Children remembered their names. Master Kolo ran through the market. The chalk chased him between yams and pepper baskets. He ran past dots, and the dots laughed. Thought it. "You stole what was not yours." The chalk squeaked as it bounced behind him. Finally, the teacher tripped and fell near the village square. The chalk jumped onto his chest and pressed down. He began to cry, not fake crying, but real crying, the kind that shakes the body. "I surrender," he shouted. "I surrender everything." The grandmother stepped forward, calm as the moon. "Return every mind you took," she said. Master Kolo slapped his chest 3 times. From his mouth came glowing lights, flying like fireflies. They entered the heads of the children. Suddenly, laughter burst out. Children began correcting each other's grammar. One child solved a math problem on the ground using sticks. The village roared with joy. The chalk snapped itself in 2 and went still. Master Kolo was chased out of Moonlight Village that very day, carrying nothing but shame. They say he tried to teach again elsewhere, but chalk refused to write for him ever again. From that day on, Moonlight Village became even brighter, and whenever a child struggled in class, elders would say, "Study hard and beware of teachers whose chalk whispers." And somewhere, under the moon, a broken piece of chalk still smiles.